first? When, how long has Steak Club been here? When did it open?
We actually opened the doors on May 29th, 1986. A historic day. It was a Tuesday. It was a Tuesday.
And how did you get the idea to open the Steak Club?
Well, the idea actually originated in the living room of a fraternity house about 2 in the morning. And it actually came about because we were hungry and thirsty, actually well on our way to our hangover. And we're looking for a place to go and have something good to eat. And at that time, there were no options in Denton. And we started piecing together ideas of what we thought would be a great place to go eat and stay in a college atmosphere type theme.
So how did you get the name Steak Club?
The Steak Club actually is named after North Texas State University, and people come in and don't realize that. You know, we have a big green pennant that says State on it, and people often come in and say, "Well, where's the North Texas State burger?" And we say, "Oh, that's the State burger. That's the classic, and it's going to be trademarked, and they'll put North Texas State or the University of North Texas on the map." Not that we already aren't, but it actually it came from the fact that we wanted to have a very college-oriented theme, and all of the pennants that you see throughout the restaurant and all the menu items are named after state universities. So it's very...
How do you decide on your menus which type of food or which item to name after which state?
Well, a lot of them we just try to associate the things with the state itself. Like we have California salad, because when you think of California, what do you think of? You think of a bright, you think of green, light, I'm going to lay in the sun and look good type food. And you think of your Colorado State chili burger, you think of cold, and you can be wearing big sweaters so you can eat fattening foods, and it's not going to bother because no one's going to know that you're fat anyway.
Okay. I had a question related to that. I forgot what it was.
And then we have the Hawaiian State tuna salad.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna ask
Because Hawaiian State tuna salad. Fish. I'm thinking Hawaii. Waves. Tuna usually swim on top of the water. So in Hawaii, the water is kind of low anyway. So tunas have no option but to swim on top of the water. Therefore, the Hawaiian State tuna salad.
That makes sense.
And I think tuna is actually the official fish of Hawaii.
Is it?
That's what I heard.
I didn't know that. The menu you mentioned is the Hawaiian.
The Hawaiian tuna salad.
That's a new. And you also have a light menu. You just
Yeah.
added that. Tell me about your the
Light menu?
Yeah.
Oh, we're on.
Yeah.
Didn't see the red light.
Sorry.
Well, in the light menu, with the new craze going across the country, I guess it's not new, it's been going for 2 years, but people are very health conscious. And most of our foods here are fried, and they're fried in 100% pure vegetable oil, but they are fried. But we wanted to add something different to give them more of an alternative. And we introduced some new items. We introduced a lemon chicken, which is broiled, and there's nothing fried on these plates. It's a broiled chicken, and we have some homemade cinnamon apples, and it's served with a light salad. So you come in and get a light meal, and you're feeling good about yourself, and they taste great at the same time. Most things nowadays that you buy that are low calorie don't taste good. Light cheese, well, it's cheese food made with purely, mostly vegetable oil instead of 8 ounces of milk. And we just wanted to give an alternative, and we did. And we have a real good response to them all. We have a chicken salad, a tuna salad, and of course I mentioned the broiled chickens. We do those 3 different ways. And this response has been better than we anticipated, and we've only had these items out for about 2 weeks now.
Good. Okay.
Good answer.
Does it look good in there? Okay.
Yeah, I guess so.
Does it look like it did last time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Camera's supposed to be clear.
It's not crooked. Does it look okay? I want to ask you, being so close to campus here, do you like this one? Do you cater to just college students or a particular group?
Well, the bulk of our market is college students and professors, but no, we don't cater to those people. In fact, we try to cater to as much and as broad of a clientele as we can. But it's strange because it's almost 2 different identities that this restaurant has. And it's one of the daytime identity where people will come in and eat. It's basically just a pure restaurant until about 9 o'clock at night. And the people that we serve basically it's about a 60-40 mixed older to younger, I think. And people come in and get a good meal and leave, and they have no idea what goes on at 9, whereas past 9 o'clock at night, this place has become, I'd say, more of a pub-type atmosphere where it's packed with pure beer drinkers. And we've often said that people that have come in the daytime, if they came by and drove by at night and looked at the people, they wouldn't come back in the day, they'd be scared. But it's just evolved into that kind of dual atmosphere place. And it provides a need for both people. It provides people that need a good meal through the day and they come in. It also provides the atmosphere for people that want to come in and have a good time at the same time. No. Close on.
I want to ask you, since you say around 9 o'clock and later, it gets, there's a different kind of crowd in here. And I know it gets, especially on Thursday nights, it gets a little crowded around here.
Yeah.
How do you control the problem or deal with it?
Yeah, definitely Thursday. Well, it does. It gets Thursday night in this whole area. In fact, in the whole campus, is probably the major party night. And but it's ending. It used to be a suitcase type school, but it's not that way anymore. People are actually starting to stay in the weekends. But Thursday night still is. And to get back to your original question, we do control it, and we have to because we have city ordinances that we have to comply with. And we have a doorman and regulates the crowd and makes sure people don't stand up on the benches and hang on the ceiling fans or the other wood areas of the restaurant. And it happens, and that's why we do have a guy named Pap. He's about 6'7", black man, and people are basically, we'll listen to him when he tells them to get down. He's really nice about it, though.
Pap's also known as Tony Worrell.
No, Pap's
Yeah.
Wendell Williams, and
Wendell, that's her
yeah,
name.
and he's an ex-basketball player at North Texas. He used up his eligibility, and now works for us and does a great job. Also, one of our chefs in the back. In fact, we hired. We can't really hire athletes because it's against the scholarship guidelines. But if the scholarships are up, we do try to help out the people that we can involved with the university.
That is one thing I wanted to mention last time is I noticed like when going to basketball games and stuff, you hear help sponsored by State Club. You guys
State
do
Club.
do a lot to
State
help out
Club.
in the school.
We have been involved with the athletic program since 1987. I believe we became trustees back in '87. And in our donations, we do designate, and I'm not scared to say it, and I'm not shy to say it, that we designate purely for basketball. And I think that's the up-and-coming program for North Texas. And you'll hear our name more at basketball games than you will at football games, although we support the whole athletic program.
Mm-hmm. So, well, you guys are close to the school. I mean, you didn't just move here and decide to open a restaurant. You guys.
No, that's true. I graduated in 1987 from here, and my partner Todd is currently enrolled and lacks about 35 hours before he completes his degree, and he will complete that within the next year, so he says. And because I am a graduate, our ties remain strong. My loyalty stays very strong with the university. Mm-hmm. And anything we can do, and anytime we're asked to do something, we usually will try to oblige. She's breaking my restaurant.
Yeah, man, what's the deal with this?
Okay, you mentioned that you guys are into the athletic program here in North Texas.
Yeah.
And you have some stuff up above the door there that kind of represents that.
Well, that's our North Texas corner there. And in fact, it's the middle of the restaurant. And it has some basketball shoes from Tony Worrell, who was one of the top scorers of all time at North Texas. Have some football helmets donated by Terry Jones, who was a defensive specialist, or defensive tackle back in 87, 88. We have some hockey sticks from, I think, the now defunct hockey team they used to have at North Texas. And we have an old pennant with the old Mean Green Worm, the old logo back from 1900, something like that. It looks like it. That's how old it looks. And that's up there. And we're expecting things from the volleyball team, the tennis team. And we don't have anything from the soccer team. I guess we probably need to contact them. But that is the North Texas corner. It's the hub and the mainstay.
How old are those hockey sticks?
The hockey sticks they were given to us in 2 years ago. I guess they were. And I don't know if the team is still together, but if they are, if they need anything, call us. That's what we're here for.
I think that was about it. That's sweet. Oh, you wanted to...
Our famous customers, in a couple times. Yes, he has. Kim Basinger was in not too long ago. Bo Bridges was in, sat up on the top. Steven Spielberg came in.
What happened to the little safety?
Michael Jordan and Isaiah came in one day after a game. They flew in for a burger. And the name actually is getting spread out. It's funny because we have seen T-shirts down in Houston. We had some T-shirts made up, only about 100 of them, and we sold them. And I kept about 10, and Todd kept 10, so it left about 80. And Todd saw one down in Beaumont. So the name Stay Club is well known. It really is. It's known throughout people like Stephen F. Austin and neighboring Texas universities.
Any future openings of this?
There's rumor. There's rumor that yes, there may be another one soon. But at this point, I really can't get into those kind of details for legal reasons, as you may understand.
I wanted to ask you about the campaign thing that y'all were having about the, what was it, the drinking and driving?
Yeah.
campaign?
The Texas the Designated Driver Program. We're working real closely with the Bacchus Group here in North Texas, and it's an important program. We serve a lot of beer. Excuse me. We're working with the Bacchus program, and we serve a lot of beer. And because of that, we do have a responsibility to the public and to the people that are drinking. Because it's not as much that people will hurt themselves, but they can hurt somebody else. And in fact, we don't want anyone to hurt themselves either. And the Bacchus program, what they do is they supply us with paraphernalia that makes known to the people or to the person drinking tips on how to drink responsibly, and also that if you're going to drink with a party of people, at least leave one person out to do the driving. And they have table tents that we put up, and people can read them, and they tell you to eat while you drink, and to how many drinks you can actually have before you're considered legally intoxicated and things like that. And we're in touch with them. I guess we have been. The program started about 3 weeks ago, and we're in touch with the general at least once a week to make sure that we're stocked up on the things that we want to make known to the people. And it's a two-way street. They work for us, and we work hard for them.
I wanted to ask, noticed your walls are somewhat decorated.
They're graffitiized.
Yes.
Yeah, all the walls are graffitiized, and that's a new word. It started here because you'll have more graffiti in this restaurant than you have anywhere. And in fact, you learn a lot. You can learn a lot from graffiti. In fact, sometimes I sit down and write some of these things down. And it offends some people. Some of it, people are offended, but you have to take graffiti for what it is. And just as soon as you'll see a 19-year-old fraternity guy or girl carving their name in, you're also going to see a 45 and 50-year-old professor doing the same thing. So everyone comes in with the attitude that it's fun. And it's a different look. If you come in and you see graffiti on the walls, you've got to really sit down and grasp it before you make an opinion of it. And then by the time you leave, carve your name in, the date you were here, come back in 5 years for homecoming, and it's still going to be there.
What about the more, I don't know what you call them, fraternity letters? They're a little
The fraternity letters?
looking.
Well, we past about 9 o'clock at night, the bulk of the clientele is Greek oriented. And we had one day when a group came in, they came in with some paint on a real slow afternoon, and they painted their fraternity letters up on a wall, which immediately set a precedent for everyone else too, or thought they were allowed to. And we went along with the idea, and before we knew, we had a whole section of our restaurant is covered with Greek letters, and they're tastefully done, and it adds a lot of color and life to the place. And whether people are like the Greek system or not, it's part of college life, and it's not only social fraternities, but we encourage your business fraternities and honor fraternities to come and paint their letters on as well, and they're welcome to.
Okay, I want to ask you one quick last question. Do you try and create a certain type of atmosphere?
Certainly do. We try to create a fun, vibrant, old college atmosphere, playing songs from 50s, 60s, and 70s. And the great thing is students can relate to these songs. They're fun to listen to, and they're fun to eat to. And at the same time, if you're a little older and used to grow up with these songs, or you grew up with these songs, and it brings back the memories, and you can sit here for hours, and people have done it. I've seen professors sit here for hours just enjoying themselves over a couple beers and just remembering back to either their college days or their first love, and it's just, brings a tear to my eye when I see something like that. And I've seen it brings a tear to their eyes sometimes. Sometimes they want to stay after 12. And it's just fun. The thing about the 50s, 60s, and 70s is just fun music.
Thank you.